attention and go back and look at how these things have increased. And then everything about 5G will become a little bit more apparent because it's stronger radiation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I couldn't agree anymore. Thank you for enlightening us and giving us some history on that topic as well. Moving on to the next question: how did Black people become the face of this disease?
How? I don't get the. I don't even get the. I don't even understand how did we become the face of it? Like first it started off in Wonghai, which I can say 99% of Black people don't even know how to spell Wonghai, besides saying it on there. From it saying that the inner cities of the United States are the most affected by it. Now, if you go and look at Washington Post, New York Times, you'll start seeing people with these articles talking about Detroit, Chicago, Louisiana, Mississippi. There's a real
All the urban,
in numbers, huh? It's a real. What you say?
I said hitting all the urban cities.
Oh yeah. And they're just like, well, oh, it must be true because Black people don't have health coverage like all the other, U.S. citizens. That's crazy. I didn't know health coverage and a virus goes hand in hand. But then, if you go by if you go back and you go and look in depth in their article, they will state right after they get finished stating that is that it is very unusual that a statistic when it comes down to medical records and death will have to do with ethnicity. So, it's about being superior and inferior when it comes to these things. We as a people, we know that we are superior when it comes to health and when it comes to things of the body and of the mind because of the way that we are connected to the earth. We understand that, and not to out nobody out, but Europeans, Caucasians are receptive. You know what I'm saying? And it's just within their DNA or that's a whole nother topic. So when you come and you try to put two and two together and to make four, it never adds out it never equals up that way because of who we are when it comes to nature. So you cannot say that a Black person can be more receptive to getting a virus due to he's Black or she's Black. Just like you can't say a Caucasian can catch a virus due to their skin tone because that's just not the way how things go. If you get sick, you get sick. If it's airborne, it's airborne. If it's on surface, it's on surface. Body to body contact or fluids, that's just what it is. And there's no real research, there's no real graphs, no real numbers that support that. So I just wanted to make for sure that our audience know that um, when you get people to agree about us and it's not us, then you have to see the trick in it. Because if they are willing to kill us at any rate, if they're willing to jail us, kill us, snatch our children away, separate our households, divide and conquer us, why would you think that they would give out real information that will help us, or they would give out information that will get us to a better place? They wouldn't. They will actually hide it so it will kill more of us than it will to help more of us. And I just think that they see that we don't take things as serious as everybody else. Because when it hit, we were still joking about it and playing about it and stuff like that. But once it starts saying that, oh, bro, it's an actual life, it's like nowadays saying that we're more receptive to the information and to doing what we should do not to get sick, which I think is doing it again.
I think that touching on like the end piece of what you're saying, yes, I think when you look at maybe the urban communities and you look at, you know, how healthy are we? You know, we have, last time I checked, and I can double check, but I want to say we have the highest obesity rate, right? Us as an African American race, we have the highest obesity rate. I can double check. I can look, but it's been some time. So when you look at that, and when you correlate to health issues, right? You correlate to diabetes. You correlate to all these different things. You know, this is a way to impact. You know what I'm saying? To target our immune system. How healthy are we? You know, are we up to par with our immune system? Do we know, are we taking our daily vitamins? Are we, you know what I'm saying? Are we implementing turmeric in our daily lives? Are we, you know, all of these different things that, you know, increases like our joint mobility, our heart, and our immune health. Like, are we taking advantage of all these different things and resources, right? To make sure that, one, we are healthy. So I think that's the part where when we kind of come back and we say, you know, how did Black people come the face of this disease? I'm not too sure if you know what I'm saying, one, our community is really, it's hard to say. I don't want to sound contradicting because, you know, one, I am, and I'm knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying, in the area. But I think what I want to drive the focus on is tying this into back to Dr. Sebi, right?
Dr. Sabi.
Dr. Sebi. I don't know why I always say Dr. Sebi.
Because Caucasians call him Dr. Sebi. It's Dr. Sabi.
When did he die? 2016?
Nah,
Last year.
2018. 2019. 18. Wait.
18. I think it was 18.
It's, yeah, 18. I think 18 or 19.
So, easy question for you guys. What did he promote?
He promoted health. He promoted being more in tune into your body, being more in tune into the earth. But you know, but when you bring up Dr. Sabi, bro, it's that brother is he's connected to us in a way that it's hard for even us to understand that. Because you're right on what you're saying is that, you know, obesity and stuff. I'm not saying that we run obesity, because when it comes to athletics, we're way more athletic than anybody else that's on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that the options that is given to us due to redlining gives what happened?
Nah, you good.
Oh, the options that's given to us due to redlining is what gives us, you know what I'm saying, these diseases. They, you know, when you go to our neighborhoods, you don't see a farmer's market, but you go 15 minutes down the road to let's just say an area full of Caucasians, then you are allowed to vend at a higher rate than you could do it in the hood. When you go to the corner store in, you know, a suburb area that is full of Caucasian people, you're going to get the healthier options for snacks. Versus when you go to the hood, you just about to get you some candy, some sodas, and yeah.
The Whole Foods, you know what I'm saying?
Correct. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't, kind of. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to that, because you only do what's in your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? You only do what you're known to do. So if somebody is putting an option in front of you, yes, you have that option to choose other or to go to a different pathway. But when it's only right there, you're only going to do what you're comfortable in seeing and doing and what you see other people do. So when you see other people not grabbing an apple, they might not see that apple to grab, you know, but they got some apple flavored whatever here. You know what I'm saying? So it's a, you know, it's a catch 22. So yes, Dr. Sebi did promote health, but you had to go search for Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi is not something that's at every black, so-called black person's doorstep with his type of information, especially when people are discrediting his work.
I understand. Yes, you have people discrediting. I didn't get a chance to finish, but yes, I understand that you have people discrediting his work, right? Which is why, the whole thing blew up with the whole, pharmaceutical companies. They don't want nobody to know that, AIDS can be cured. Nobody wants to hear that, right? Why? Because in their business, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And the pharmaceutical companies, they make billions and trillions and billions of money, every year, by telling people you have diabetes, you have to take this pill, you have AIDS, you have to take this pill, you should do this, you should do that, right? This is all, again, it all stems from greed. So the point that I was trying to make is that, we have the resources, we have things here that promotes a healthy immune system. Nothing, the way that you cure a virus is from a healthy immune system.
Correct.
You could create all these different vaccines and all these different things. These are all different things in place to set and generate revenue, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is kind of tying it to Nip, right? Nip took the opportunity to say, look, I'm going to take on this man's, I'm going to take on this information. I'm going to go ahead and do this documentary. At this moment last year, or not at this moment, but last year, the year before, Nip was, really reaching new heights, right? Really getting the exposure that he needed. He was the neighborhood hero, someone that we all kind of, fell in love with, and like, oh, okay, like, man, we finally got somebody that's talking, somebody that's giving us the blueprint on how to be successful, on how to do these different things, and how to stay educated within our community and use our resources and different things, right? But then he goes and platform where, he wants to do a documentary to put this information out there. These people, I feel like this, again, it's orchestrated. I feel like his death was orchestrated, Like, it wasn't someone that was just off of jealousy. No, he was putting information out there to take care of your immune system, using his platform to give us information that, again, we didn't know. We weren't, deep into, our thoughts and, looking into researching these different things on how we could, benefit our health and different things like that, then some of us would have never known about Dr. Sebi, right? But then here,
at all,
platform to put this information out there. Look at the timeline. This man got killed a year ago. For trying to promote and show us a healthy immune system. And now we have a virus that's out that's attacking our immune system.
So let me add this.
Targeted to our, I think partially it is targeted to our culture.
So before Jay has to chime in, I just wanted to get her thoughts since it's fresh. So, is it safe to say that anytime that our leaders come and present they present a solution for our community, and they get killed, do you not think there's a connection between those?
Absolutely, I do think it's a connection. What do you think?
I mean, I think I think every time we promote anything, love, health, or nation, anything, that person or that entity that does that, brothers, get destroyed. You got a gang member to kill Nipsey, of course. You got a Muslim to kill Martin Luther King. I mean, not Martin, Malcolm X. Excuse me. So you know what I'm saying? You had, I guarantee you, that person was of Jewish descent that killed Martin Luther King, and he was the one that was supposed to be in a coalition with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's always the person that is connected to that person that the United States government will get to get that person. So of course I think Nipsey. I've been saying that ever since Nipsey got killed. It's a whole correlation I got between him and what's the brother name that played for the Pelicans? Zion Williams. It's a big connection with that. Because Zion, they lost and the next, and I'm talking about 10 minutes later, Nipsey get killed. 10 minutes later, the greatest player in college right now, the big Blue Devils, they lose, and Nipsey get killed 10 minutes later.
Well, let me add this before we move on real quick. How did so-called Black people become the face of the disease, right?
Right.
By the year 2040, the nation is supposed to be predominantly people of African descent. In most of your states right now, most of them right now, okay? Because understand that the statistics that they put out is a lot. In most of your states right now, Europeans are, the numbers are below, and their numbers are, they're no longer the dominant race. In California, they're definitely not. Probably in New York, they're definitely probably not. And then there's a whole bunch of states that people can look up where you'll see. You have a negative birth rate among people of Albion descent. So you have all these things going on. Fossey, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He came out, say it again.
Dr. Anthony Fauci?
Yeah. So he comes out and he says in a press conference that quote unquote African Americans are not picking up the disease at a high rate. He says that what's happening is that we're dying at a higher rate. Okay, and this was some weeks ago. Not recent. This is some weeks ago. He comes out and he says that, and he says, and the reason that these deaths are taking place is because of us being predisposed based on healthcare issues that are in our community, poor healthcare, poor hospitals. He also spoke about the fact that the way we eat, we already have a higher rate of diabetes and respiratory issues based on our food intake. So if you have a disease that attacks your respiratory, then you already have a weakened system in the first place, of course you're gonna, die at a higher rate.
Right.
So now what they're doing, peep game a week and a half ago, or a week ago, where all of a sudden Detroit, New Orleans, Michigan, a few other places were very low in their numbers. Okay, but they're all of a sudden a week ago they want, oh, we're planning on there being a surge here, so there's going to be a surge in these places.
Peak, it's a peak.
Right. You're going to have a surge in these places.
I've been following. They've been talking about a peak for a minute. If you look at historically any other like viruses and any other things, there's always going to be a graph.